What's going on, everybody? K to the 2 here with our TBU Week 1 team builder, team analysis, going up against the Dendemille Dedenne, coached by Dokes. So let's go ahead and get right into the matchup. On the screen, you can see, bang, my team, and then right next to it, you can see, bam, his team. So, yeah, we got some stuff. We got things that we can potentially bring, and he has things that he can potentially bring. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and build the things that I think he's going to bring. And, yeah, let's just go ahead, get right into the team that we brought. So first off, first and foremost, we're bringing this Diancie. Now, I guess I should probably go over his team. His team is fairly passive with Tapu Koko and Alola Muck and Mamoswine, is how I would put it. Because Mandibuzz, Amoonguss, Alomomola seems pretty passive for a defensive core. Of course, it is a regen core, and also it has Mandibuzz. But Tapu Koko is fairly threatening, Mamo is always threatening, Alola Muck hits pretty hard. Rhyperior and Camerupt are both good answers to Megazard X. And then, of course, Ditto is a Ditto, so it can be scarfed and, like, do stuff to my Megazard if I build a Dragon Dance Megazard. So, yeah, that's gonna be his team. Also, another thing to note is his speed tiers go from base 130 at Tapu Koko down to Mamoswine at base 80, so I can do a lot of fun stuff with my my speed tiers, with my speed creeping, rather. So, let's go ahead and start talking about our team. So, first off, I really wanted to get some Stealth Rocks on this team, so I decided to throw it on Diancie, and really the only hazard removal he has is Mandibuzz, and I figure, hey, you know what, we can knock out Mandibuzz with Twinkle Tackle from modest max special attack Diancie. I have enough speed, like max speed modest Diancie outspeeds uninvested Mandibuzz, so that's pretty nice. We have Psyshock in order to hit a Amoonguss, and we have Earth Power in order to do a little extra damage to Muck and Rhyperior and Camerupt. That way, Rhyperior is kind of a problem to my team, because if he brings it banded or physically defensive, he can pretty much get a free kill against my team, because, well, I mean, Lickilicky can take it on if it's a physically defensive one, but I don't have really any other good switch-ins to it. And if he brings it banded, then I can't switch in Lickilicky to it, and it's pretty scary. So, like, it's also super bulky to the point where I can't knock it out with anything unless I have Starmie in against it, so gotta look out for that. So, yeah, Diancie is going to be there, and it's going to be square. Yeah, yeah, I just need it for rocks, really. Getting off a really big hit against his defensive things. Also, getting off a Twinkle Tackle against an Alola Muck would be really nice. That way I can deal with it a lot better later on into the match. And that's going to be Diancie. So next up, we have our Ferrothorn, just straight up specially defensive. This is meant for Tapu Koko and all of his defensive core, Mandibuzz, Amoonguss, Alomomola. I can switch into Amoonguss. I can't really do too much back, because the only thing I can hit it with is Gyro Ball, which is fine, though, because it means he can't really spore something on the switch-in, but also he can't really spore if the electric terrain is still up from Tapu Koko. So, yeah, the Spadef makes it so I can't be 2-hit KO'd by Tapu Koko's HP Fire, and that's really it. if he brings Ditto and he tries to do anything with the Ferrothorn, he can't really do too much, especially if he's Scarfed. But looking at my team, I'm figuring he wouldn't really bring Scarf. It would be kind of a weird bring to me, because the reason he would bring Ditto to me is if he's expecting a Dragon Dance Zard, and like he can trace the whatchamacallit, well, not really trace, but he can go into it, get the imposter on Zard, and knock my own Zard out if he's Scarfed. But then again, I have Mega Diancie, which could take Fire or Dragon Stab for days, so like I don't think that would be the greatest option. I also have Crocodile, which can come in and get an Intimidate off if I were to run it. So I would be surprised to see a Scarf Ditto, but yeah, that's going to be Ferrothorn. It's really only there for Muck. It can get off some Iron Barbs damage if I need it to. It can take on Mamoswine as long as it's not like Adamant Life Orb or Adamant Band, and it can get off a Gyro Ball. It can get off Leech Seed and wear down his team, especially if I get it in against Alomomola. Alo can't really do anything to us except for get a burn with Scald, but I don't think he'd want to risk that. That's going to be enough on Ferrothorn. It's a pretty boring Ferrothorn. Let's move on. So next up we have Lickilicky. Now, Max FizzDev Lickilicky is going to probably be my savior this match, because Mamoswine is his best answer to the Zard. And even if he's choice banded after leftovers, he can't 2-hit KO us with Earthquake, which is amazing. Lickilicky is a stupid Pokemon, and I love it to death. So we got the Wish Protect and Heal Bell. Heal Bell is literally there so I can't get Toxic on Megazard or Toxic on this. Wish, of course, because Wish Passing is nice, and Body Slam just to get some extra Paralysis off. Paralysis would be nice against the Mamoswine because it would make it easier to deal with the rest of my team, except for Ferrothorn, because then it would make it slower, and then I'd be doing less with Gyro Ball. But against a potential Scarf Mamoswine, that could be scary. What else? You know, Lickilicky is just, it's just going to be Lickilicky this game. So, it's going to do Lickilicky things. Next up we have Starmie. Now, looking at his team, I see a Alola Muck, and I don't want anything to deal with that. So, I'm going to have Reflect type Starmie this week. And we can start getting into why I brought certain speeds on things. But, Reflect type means I resist both of Muck's Dual Stab, and it also is there for Mandibuzz, potentially. It's good for Amoonguss, that way it's doing nothing to me, and I can start Psychicking it. Aloe can't really do anything to us. We can recover off whatever it wants to go for. We can Psychic it down, get some Spadef drops. Ditto can't really do anything to us if he is Scarfed, because we could just recover off whatever it wants to go for, and it only has 5 PP on all of its moves, and it can only lock into one of them. So I beat that 1v1. It kills Rhyperior from full, and it kills Camerupt from full. I have the potential to get burns on Alola Muck, on Mamoswine. It's just really nice. I could have gone Scald Toxic, which would have been cool. However, I felt like I wanted to be able to hit Amoonguss. Otherwise, I can't really do much to Amoonguss. And with this speed, I am able to outspeed a max speed Jolly Mamoswine. it hits 145. I'll get into why I have 148 in a little bit. I decided to be max HP, and then this much special attack with Modest, and I took out some HP to put it into speed. So that's why I am not completely max HP. But we'll, again, like I said, we'll get into why I don't have 146 and I have 148 instead. So that's going to be Starmie for now. We'll come back. Next up, we have Crocodile, which is Bulk Up, EQ, Aqua Tail, and Taunt. Now you're going to look at his team and you're going to see, wow, Bulk Up does a lot. You're also going to see that I am Moxie, not Intimidate. That is on purpose. It's also maybe dangerous if he does bring Scarf Ditto. This is the one thing on my team that Scarf Ditto would be pretty good against, I feel like. So I gotta watch out for that. And the Roselli Berry makes it so that I can live Dazzling Gleam from Tapu Koko and knock it out, get a Moxie boost. I can threaten out Alolan Muck with EQ. I can taunt Mandibuzz so it can't do anything to me. Mamoswine after +1 from the bulk up can't knock us out with Icicle Crash, and we can do the damage with EQ or the Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail is a KO at +1. After Stealth Rocks, I can beat Amoonguss after I knock out something and get the Moxie boost, so getting +2 attack would be nice for Amoonguss. It'll be a 2-hit KO most likely, unless he's not max Fizz Def for some reason. Alomomola, I 2-hit KO that after Stealth Rocks at +1. Ditto, of course. If it does come in to revenge me, it's not going to be able to knock us out because we do have +1 Spit F, unless he gets the Dazzling Gleam off on Crocodile. So, like, if we are able to knock out Tapu Koko at the expense of losing a Roselli Berry, we won't be able to survive a Scarf Ditto coming in and revenging us. But we do have other options on our team to deal with our own Crocodile, such as Max Fizz Def, Lickilicky. We still have the Ferrothorn around. If he locks into Aqua Tail, I can go into Starmie. So I have options. Taunt, like I said, is just really nice. And the reason I have Aqua Tail for Rhyperior and Camerupt is because at +1 I knock both of them out. And EQ would not be able to do that. So it's just, it's a nice extra little bit of damage in order to knock out Rhyperior and Camerupt. And Aqua Tail is nice for Mandibuzz still, because I can taunt it and start wearing it down, and it can't really do much in response. And that's, we actually do have just enough speed for max speed Jolly Mamoswine here. We are at 146. We dumped the rest into attack and then, or max attack and then the rest into HP. And if we do end up getting a little bit of good momentum with the Moxie, this thing has the potential to just completely sweep through his team. So that's what we're looking to do. And lastly, we have Megazard, and you're gonna look at this set and you're gonna be like, Kyle, why? Kyle, why? And like literally, I was telling myself all the way through team building, Kyle, why? Now, I have speed, I'm modest, I have Fire Spin and Toxic, and I have Hidden Power Water. And you're going to look at his team and you're going to be like, Hidden Power Water does look pretty smart for Rhyperior and Camerupt, but like, you're a Megazard X against his entire team, and let me get into that. Dragon Dance would be a great set. You're completely correct. However, this is the first set that I decided to start building around. And this is where the whole team pretty much comes together. I decided Fire Spin and Toxic is really good against Mandibuzz, Alomomola, Amoonguss. It's good against Rhyperior if he wants to try switching that in. I can knock it out with Hidden Power Water after the Fire Spin residual damage. Tapu Koko can't do anything to us. Dazzling Gleam is barely to a KO if he's like Modest Life Orb. Mandibuzz can Whirlwind us out, but that's not a big deal. Alola Muck can't do too much to us. The most powerful attack it can go for is Gunk Shot. If he's max attack Adamant, it has a chance to 2 a KO. So that's kind of scary. And Mamoswine is 2 a KO'd by Hidden Power Water. Guaranteed it does 50 to 60. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, Dragon Dance would have been a great set. However, I did see the Ditto, and I did know that Scarfed Ditto could be a thing in order to counter sweep my sweep with my Megazord X. So I didn't want anything to do with that, really. Even though I do have Diancie on my team, and I do have a Crocodile on my team, and I do have a Max Fizdef Lickilicky on my team. They're all things that could have dealt with my own Megazord. Which is why I felt like a Scarf set necessarily wouldn't have come, but also was a definite possibility to come. Scarf Ditto would have just been the first initial thought, which is why I'm running this Zard. This Zard is able to beat itself if it locks itself into a move, because if he clicks Fire Spin, I'm trapped, but it's doing residual damage that I can just roost off. If he clicks Hidden Power, he doesn't know it. Well, I guess he'll have his own Hidden Power, but it might not be doing any damage. Toxic, if he locks himself into Toxic, I can Fire Spin and Toxic myself, and it'll wear him down better. And that goes back to why I have Heal Bell on Lickilicky. It's mostly to support my own Zard from getting Toxic and worn down. Because as soon as he sees that I am a trapping set, he can Toxic it, and I won't really like being Toxic for the entire game, and I would like to get a Heal Bell off to support Zard. Just looking at this team, I feel like this is the best Zard that I could have brought in order to have a countermeasure to Ditto and also the rest of his team. So that's why I'm bringing this. I probably could have not been modest and put that into defense. However, I felt doing as much damage as possible to Mamoswine, getting the KOs on Rhyperior and Camerupt were very important, so I wanted to have the Hidden Power Water with this special attack. And let's go ahead and get into the speed of these three mons. Now, I said that Scarf Ditto was a possibility, but also in case it wasn't Scarf Ditto, I made each of these three things be able to outspeed each other. Now, Crocodile is going to be the slowest thing here because it has Moxie. I don't have Intimidate. I have very little HP investment, but it doesn't matter what HP I have for my opponent because Ditto keeps its own HP, which is cool, and I don't have any Spadef investment, so Zard can come in and knock it out with HP Water because of its super low HP stat, Ditto's super low HP stat. And Zard is at 147. That way, I can outspeed Zard with Starmie. That way, Starmie can do the things against Zard, and it can start wearing it down. Especially if I get a Toxic off on my own Zard before switching out, so Starmie can beat itself or beat my own Zard. So like each of these are tiered speeds, so then I can outspeed one over the other just in case he is not Scarf Ditto, which could be a problem. But it could have been a problem, but I made sure that I had an answer to all of them. So Starmie beats both of them. I felt like Zard was gonna be able to beat Crocodile, and Crocodile could beat itself. So that's gonna be the speeds, and that's going to be the team that we're bringing. Go ahead and let me know, mostly like what the fuck you think of this Zard, and like, yeah, that's our team. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like on this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow for our week 1 match.